My name is Casper Jones. I work for Life Skateboards, handcrafting skateboard decks. You can get one of your own at lifeskateboard.com. Today we're going to be loading the standard press and then shaping a big old stack of boards that I didn't do yesterday. So I was hanging out with Bam Margera. Bam Margera came through Indianapolis and came by the local park and we got painted. It was a great day. Once again, get yourself a life at lifeskateboard.com. Never gonna regret that choice. Our boards are made to last, made in-house, and made just for you. We're going to be loading up 4 of these here, and then we'll watch the press go up, and we'll hop in the other room where Sam is currently putting in some wheel wells and shape a stack. If you enjoy what you're watching, feel free to share it for me. It's a niche thing to watch here, so always nice to find the right audience for what we're talking about. So, Bam Margera. My local park is Lawrence Skate Park. About a year ago, the project actually got started on July 5th. A big group of us, the graffiti community, and the city got together, painted the entire park and covered it in amazing graffiti. But the base colors are purple and pink. So Bam Margera was in town for the Day of the Dead signing, and he told me that he got up, looked up skate parks, saw the paint job over at Lawrence, and had to come see it. So I walked up to my local park, and who was sitting on the bleachers by himself besides Bam Margera. That was super cool to see. We talked about the park, had a good talk about sobriety, got to talk to him about how fun it is for him to just enjoy skateboarding now. A lot less pressure, just having fun. And it's really cool to see him just, just a normal guy trying to rediscover his love for life through sobriety, and I love it. He ended up going back to the signing, hitting me up again to meet back at our local park, and then we went over to Major Taylor Skate Park where he had a great time. If you go over to Bam Margera's Instagram, you will see him airing the hip that we got painted at that park on his page. And then you'll see a clip of Luke Nation, a local, that he was wildly impressed with. It was a great time. That line he did with the switch, what was that? Hold on one second, I gotta replace this bar board here. Always gotta keep an eye on the faces. He was doing shove it to nose stall on the extension, drop in switch, switchboard slide to switch, ride, and then switch while right down. What's up, Roger? Roger, do you know who Bam Margera is? I hope you do. If you guys don't, it was pretty cool. I don't know. For me, I grew up watching that, so it's really cool to see. And seeing his sobriety journey, that was pretty cool. I was hanging out with him yesterday. It was pretty cool. Tape this up. We'll get back to it. And after I'm done pressing, I'll show you what I had him sign. So I just got a different vehicle a couple days ago, so I went ahead and had him sign the visor. Absolutely, yeah. You said, so that's called pressing. We're gonna do it next. So I'm gonna glue all these up here, and then they're gonna go into one of these presses. Those presses have the mold that makes it bend like that. That bend is called concave, and it sits in the press for 24 hours and cures for a week. All right, let me grab another stack. All right, seeing some questions here. I'm making some skateboards. It was fun. How hard is a twin tail? Not hard at all. We can do that on any of our boards. All of our pops, well, I guess it's not hard when you do everything in-house for you. We have some boards that are standard twins. It's not the mold that makes it a twin, it's how you cut it and where you put the wheelbase. So our popsicles we can turn into a twin. Our twins are already twins. If you see something on the website that's real funky and you want a twin, you can do that too. You just gotta let us know. We're doing everything in-house so we can get exactly what you want. Of course, yeah, really. Yeah, he came through our local park specifically because of the paint job we got done. It's pink and purple. He loved it. He was in town for the Day of the Dead signing and ran into him at that park on a very pretty personal level. It was pretty cool to just meet him and another dude for a whole session. And then after he's done with Day of the Dead, he came back out to Lawrence. We skated for a bit, and then I told him to go over to Major Taylor Skate Park after a couple other people had suggested it as well. Can't really take 100% credit for him going to majors. Nor can I take credit for the paint job at Lawrence. That was just the whole community. So, super thankful for everybody. Robert Bentley actually picked those colors. Really wish he could have came out with that band. But yeah, it's a really cool that Bam came out to see our local park out here. There's a lot of parks around here, and he had to pass a couple to come see mine. That makes me feel good. And once I'm done pressing, like I said, I'll show you guys what I had him sign. We were both leaving the skate park. I had to come here and do some work. He had to go sign some things, and I decided to have him sign something on the car. I love it. Oh yeah, and doing great with sobriety. That's really cool. That was a really cool talk to have a sobriety talk with him. What's up, Dylan? If you guys don't follow XCXKDXK, that guy, go subscribe. Keep an eye out. He really well he documents our local scene really, really well. I really like how he just films everybody, just show off everybody. So check him out, please. And especially, he's getting more comfortable with his camera, getting real close, and he already had an amazing eye for just really good shots. So keep an eye on him. Stuff's coming out from him. Promise. All right, let me grab another one. Nope. Hey Sam! Do you have distribution places that are charging people to make twin tail bolts? And telling them they need to make a whole bolt for it? That's what they're doing here. What was that? It's which wood shop are you talking about? Because we use the same mold for. I mean, it's just wheelbase and how it's cut, right?
Well, all my molds are already symmetrical.
Yeah, all of Sam's molds are already symmetrical, so he just had that in mind.
He's just the same. So they probably didn't have the same angle on those that they all kind of always been symmetrical.
I see.
It doesn't mean that the shape is symmetrical or the wheelbase placement, but it's just easy to transition to twins.
I like that. Yeah, that was Loft Man Sam saying that the molds that we have are symmetrical specifically so that we have that option. And what woods are decks made out of? Maple. Great Lakes maple. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll show you guys. This is the third out of 4 that I'm gluing up today, so I'll show you the mold. And remember, you can get one of these decks at lifeskateboard.com. Get it directly from the people making it, and we'll make it exactly for you. What's my favorite type of board to make? I really enjoy shaping my own signature shape. Popsicles are boring to shape. The aggro is super fun to shape. Honestly, the outlaw is pretty cool too. I'm really stoked to go out and how to do that one. Thank you. Appreciate you for watching. If you're enjoying watching it, share it with your friends. This is a real weird niche thing to enjoy watching, so I'd love to find the group of people that enjoy watching. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. I'm trying to get my watch hours up so that you guys have the option to donate within the stream. Thank you. Well, Awesome Bill. That's a cool name. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. I hope Dawsonville's a real place. If it is, I'll let them move right now. I'll do it. Don't test me. Hey, there you go, old skate nerd. Hey, thank you, Icon. Well, you're gonna love it here then. We're doing everything that the industry forgot about for the last long period of time. When they threw out quality and focused on quantity, we want to make sure we have the best board we can give you. So we're doing long press, long cure times, shaping, and we apply our graphics here with lino blocks, not heat transfers. Yeah, heat transfers are trash. Let me glue this up, and then I'll be right back to you guys' questions, and then we're going to be raising up the press. Fun time. You're gluing the ends of this up so it doesn't shift around inside the press. One more and then we'll be going good to go. You guys see something from Dylan on there. You ever mess around with the fat shovel nose? So what you're describing is just a different type of popsicle. So if you, what you're describing is just a different type of popsicle. I've messed with all kinds of shapes because we make all kinds of shapes. I made my own shape, but I still skate all kinds of stuff from us. We have over 77 shapes listed on the website if you head over to lifeskateboard.com, and you can kind of get a feel for what we do here. We're good at what we do. If I go to LP today and get more footage, I might end up out there later. I've got to get some paperwork situated on the new vehicle and deliver a board over to Rob Bentley, the artist that got LP done. He's using it for an art show. So hopefully when I'm done with that, I'll have time to come over. Can you please show mold close up? Absolutely. Definitely. So what you're going to see on this one is the standard mold. The standard mold is where all of our 9-inch and under boards come from, unless you get a mellow. And our standard concave is extremely deep. We're really well known for it. In fact, our only negative review is one person who decided that they were going to measure our concave for us and then complain about it. And so since I hadn't taken the time to measure the concave, I went ahead and took the review and put it in quotes and used it for an ad. Thank you, whoever left that review. We're proud of it. We did make a mellow to make people happy. What's the difference in graphic printing? That's a great question that people don't like to talk about. So things start out with like vinyl screen printing, stuff like that. And then they switched over to a heat transfer. In order to apply heat transfer to a board, you need to roll it through a 200-degree roller. Heat breaks the bond between the maple and the wood, and no matter how small that weakens the bond, you're still passing on that ease of application. The cost of that ease is the strength of the board you're passing that on to the customer. What's wild to me is that screen printing is a wonderful, wonderful graphic application process that has had the ability to be automated for a very, very long time. I'm not entirely sure why the industry went ahead and chose something that that causes less life in the board, except for the fact that the majority of skateboarders are completely okay with breaking their board and buying a new one. So, you know how it is. Yeah, it just takes a little bit longer. So, our graphic application process is actually a lino block application. So what that is it's a big stamp. We have an artist that hand carves the relief image of our graphic, and then we roll speedball ink onto it, and then roll that stamp onto there, and we've got a graphic. Sam told me that he's probably going to make me choose on that one, Dylan, and I'm still thinking on it. Yeah, it's a point of argument. Awesome bill in the industry, but it's just logic to me. You wouldn't leave your board in a hot car. Why would you roll it through a roller before it reached the customer? What do I think of the Andy Anderson decks? I think they're cool. So I really, as much as I say things about the industry, I like the fact that Powell is doing some non-wood construction stuff and doing it well, and then they're honest about their price points. I am not a person that thinks a popsicle is necessary. In fact, I made my own signature shape as weird as I could, but still functional to make that point. So I do like that Andy is kind of pushing the barrier on those sorts of things. Putting that out into the open, it's nice that somebody kind of at the top of the current skateboarding world is doing stuff different than how everybody else is doing. I like it. While still giving a little nod to all the people that came before him. I love that. Alright, so now we're going to hop over to the mold. Now I said I would show you guys what that looks like. Give me a moment here. Put back the tripod. Alright. I mean, for fun sometimes, Dylan, but here's my opinion on that. If my legs aren't strong enough to do the flip trick, I can just get stronger. So here's our standard mold right here. As you can see, it's got curves and shapes, and then this is the centerpiece, so we can put 2 in here, center, and then 2. I'm going to load this up, and then we're going to start raising up the press. I've got 2 new jacks here, so hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties raising it up. I'm no stranger to technical difficulties. Alright, grab these. Alignment is extremely important on this. If the boards aren't aligned properly, it won't evenly apply pressure across the deck, and then we don't have a perfect deck. And we want that here. Plus, Dylan, the other day I learned I just have to take advice from you, and then I know how to do all my tricks. Dylan gave me one advice on my pop, and then I had 540 flips. That's exactly what I love that he did. And I like that he writes for a company that's very honest about their boards. I mean, they're doing great with those flight decks, and then they're honest about where their price point is coming from. And I like that. I got a lot to say about the industry. Nothing bad about them. Give me 1 second here, I gotta grab my little scraper. Got a little chunk of glue. Alrighty, grab these last 2. One of these guys in there. I actually gave Bam one of these boards yesterday. Oh yeah, we make everything, bud. We can do 2 in 1, that way it's got the same concave in both of them. Actually do 3 in there and it'll keep it good. It's when you start stacking a bunch where the middle starts turning out different. Alrighty, so these jacks are new, like I said. Let me double check the alignment here. Looks good to me. So we're gonna raise this up here. I have no clue how long this is gonna take. But hey, if you're just tuning in, this is Life Skateboards. We're a handcrafted skateboard deck. And you can get one of your own at lifeskateboard.com. Oh, it would probably help if the jacks were tightened down all the way. Operator error. They're kind of slow. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. He comes to. Did you miss him at Majors? And yeah, I'll show you a completed deck as well. You can get one at lifeskateboard.com. We deliver everywhere. If you're local to Indiana, you can come here and pick it up, or I'll meet you at a park. It was a great time with Bam yesterday. I ran into him at LP. He went to his signing, came back to LP, and then Majors. It was pretty cool. But don't worry, he'll be back. He loved the park. So what you're gonna watch here is you're gonna start seeing glue bubble out the side. Hey, there's Morgan. Thank you, Morgan. That's called squeeze out. I'm gonna grab these extra ends of the sticks here. These new jacks, they're a little tough to tighten here. Alrighty, here you can see that glue squeezing out of there. That's my local park, bud. That's the park that I got painted. He came out to see our local park because he was in the area, looked up skate parks, saw the paint job, and said, I need to go there. Hey, there you go. Loose trucks save lives. It's one of my favorite things. All right, guys, just showing you real quick here before I get to shaping. We were both leaving the park, and I was like, dang, Bam, you got to sign something for me. And I got this car about 2 days ago. Pew, pew. Yep. What do you think of the clip I sent? Tell him to do it to Fakey and then post that one as a promo. Because I know he's got it, man. Like I know you guys like worked on getting that. It took a while, but like he's got that every time. All right, guys. So the next thing we're gonna do here is I got a big stack of skateboards to shape. Not sure if Sam's cutting today or what's going on with that. Kinda hope not. So I've got to finish up work today and get out and get some paperwork done for the vehicle. Oh, it happened several times. No, it was just, we were both walking out and I didn't have anything. I just was there and I was like, what sticks out of the car? A visor, that sticks out. Oh, 100%. Like I said, I got this car, what, 2 days ago? So that's the first thing. You know me, I sticker up my cars like crazy. So, but yeah, I'm gonna see with Sam what he's doing today. Thank you, man. It means I can get to the park. You cutting any more than that? Can they watch you cut? Yeah. Yay. Hey guys, you guys get to watch Sam cut a board out. Oh, he pre-cut it out on the table saw, but here you go. And there's that. Now you guys have seen it, and you can't tell me I didn't show you. Thank you, Sam. All right, let me cover up the glue here so we can get on to shaping. I sure hope I have a better bag. I need to find me a... Does that work? Yeah, that's better. Finding stuff. Covered my hands in glue. Oops. Dang it. Find something to wipe these off. Whoops. There it is. This glue's not fun to have all over your hands. Sorry about this, guys. I'll get to shaping that stack in just a moment here. Just want to get this glue off my hands so they don't get further stained. I don't wear gloves while I'm shaping. Yeah, dude, it's awesome. As I think, what time is it? I think I've got a real plan to upload with some CKY music at like 10:15 on Instagram. Should be pretty fun. All right. Nope. I'll be on here for a minute.
It's 6 black.
This is 6 black.
I would do that first.
This is 6 black. I'll do that first. Alright. And then I'll go through that, and I'm gonna get the paperwork done. I'm gonna bring Rob his board and get paid for that, and then get my paperwork done.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for letting everybody see that. They've been wanting to see you for a long time.
Okay. Tell them I love them.
Sam loves you. Guy. He's just not a camera guy. Yep, 96. Quite bitter things. That's what I'm using. Yeah, it was a little wild to realize that some people didn't know who he was at the park. That was pretty wild. When I was a kid, it was played him and Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Watching CKY with my cousins. I actually called my cousin yesterday and was like, hey, happy Father's Day. Do you want to childhood gift. You want to come meet Bam? Yeah, I just got him to sign something for him, but it was cool. Where's my respirator? Here's my respirator. Alright, so we're going to start this off, and I am going to have to focus on work here now. I mean, quite bitter things. I think it's cliche, but you know, it's what always plays in my head when I think of CKY. There's so much. It's hard. That's why it's like it's only cliche because it's so hard. There's so much to choose from. But I'm gonna focus on skate work here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. This first step here is bringing the edge of the board to a 90 with the concave so that the edge router can route it off. That. Everybody keep educating people in the comments on BAM for me. So this step here is where the edge gets rounded off. And what you're going to see me do is most of the time I'm holding the board like this. Me holding it down like this. This is a 6-ply. Whew. So we need to get it right in the middle of the 3rd ply. But it's not clean, so we'll clean it up. It's a great job. Welcome to the skateboarding industry where we make us surviving. Got there. It is very therapeutic for sure. I will say that the reason my hair is up is because the next machine I'm about to use after this tried to kill me a couple years ago. I'm sorry. Yeah. Dylan's right. I actually caught that incident on video. I'll talk about it in a minute here. Will or won't disappear with his board? Whose? Whose board? Oh, no. So these are, I'm sorry, I'm confused. These are all the templates for all the shapes. This is the one that I designed. This is my signature shape. So this is all the shapes that you can have the board cut into. This is something that the customer ordered. We make boards to order. So story time. This is the Mac wheel. I filmed myself a lot a long time ago. I was working with my hair down like a dumbass. And we were in the shop in Muncie. On the shop in Muncie, all of the tools were on a table that had wheels on it. The ground was very rough, and I didn't clean up the ground. I had this running. Went down to reach to grab something and tripped. My head got in here, grabbed my hair, and started ripping the top of my head. I was able to shut this off, but I was still stuck to the machine. And this was in Muncie, an hour away from home. At like 11:30 at night, in a very, very not populated area, yeah, I was just kind of stuck to it, and nobody was there, and I was alone, and I thought I was going to die that day, so I had to FaceTime my lady and hold it out while I was stuck under there to try to untie my hair from it, but I'm here, and my hair's up, and we're safe. So now I'm going to use it, and then we're going to use the orbital, okay? There went my story. Where's my friendly ghost? It's down here. There's one on my leg. You can't see it. There's a Casper on my leg. Yeah, because I'm a stupid idiot that didn't put his hair up. This thing is fucking deadly, dude. It's so powerful, it makes the light flash. Yeah, I now know what it feels like to be partially scalped via brute force. It's not fun. Dude, so okay, are you ready for the story on that? Because I am having so much fun with those comments. So I ride DKL non-abrasive grip tape. I don't ride for the team. I don't know, maybe Flow, they send me stuff, I love them. Sorry, I'm trying to angle you down. There we go. So was it 2 years ago on April Fool's Day? They decided that they wanted to do a joke where they were releasing magnetic trucks, and they messaged a couple of us about it to see if we would be in on it. And I had the idea that, like, okay, this company that I work with is talking about magnetic trucks. What if I tell them what if I tell everybody I've been practicing with magnets in my shoes to make the magnetic trucks work better? And so I made a April Fool's Day post about it. And the outrage and anger and the people telling me I was cheating and all this other stuff, and I tried to make it very clear that it's a joke. But people were outraged, and I thought it was hilarious. So then at contests, I started making a joke where I'd like throw magnets away, like, oh, I'm cheating. And so I decided to make a joke about myself, and now the comments are full of people arguing with me, to me, about me, for something that never really happened. It's really fun. I've been enjoying trolling people in the comments. They're like, what did he throw? And I'm like, you're gonna have to ask him, man. By the way, what did I throw in that video? It was a slap bracelet. That is the actual truth. I promised a kid that I would wear it in every contest. It's actually wrapped around a little desk lamp I've got at home right now. Love it. Dude, that thing's at like 5 million views at this point or something. It's insane. Thank you, Dylan. I can't wait for you to be able to get aboard too. Anytime I like land something, somebody yells something about he's got magnets in his shoes. Yeah, so we don't dip them. We can roll them for you, Dylan. We can do everything for you. So let me. So we can also do the top color, the top fly one color. But we can roll the whole thing. We aren't going to dip them here because we already use Speedball ink, but we can roll the whole thing. If you go to the Life Skateboards Instagram, those ones that are solid black with a print on top of them, those are fully rolled. Sam can also do the dip, where he just does the tail dip or just the nose. It's all that is just taping it off and doing the same thing. So, do I remember Circle A skateboards? No, I do not. I'm sorry. Wait. Circle A. I mean, are we talking Acme? Big A? I might be ignorant. That's okay though. I'm sorry. I'm a little. I think you're. Are you talking about Acme? I'm not entirely sure. I was born in '94. I'm sorry. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, that's the thing is like I know a lot because about that era. I just don't know specifics of smaller stuff like that. And that sounds like it was bigger. So that maybe that means that when I get off this live, I need to educate myself. So thank you. When I get off of here, I'll educate myself for sure. Because I like to know about those things. This whole thing was made to rival the industry, which is gone away from how they made boards in the 80s, and so I need to know more about that. So thank you. I'm gonna look that up when I get done here. It was the largest producer. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. I'm just ignorant to it. So I apologize for that. I'm gonna look that up afterwards. Thank you. Thank you for giving me something to educate myself on. This is why I like the internet. That's awesome. Also, guys, let's take that as a learning lesson. It's okay to be wrong because now I'm just having a conversation with Bing right here, and then when I get off here, I'm going to use my favorite search engine, Bing, and look it up. Hey, thank you. I'm sure my boss, who is in the printing studio right now, might be a little upset that I don't know that, so I better fix that. Oh, nice. Cardiff? Where is Cardiff? Oh, nice. We are in the central part of the Midwest out here in Indiana. A lot of you guys have our boards out there in California, though. when you go to lifeskateboard.com, there's an email on there, and that goes straight to my boss. If you have any questions about customs, he's your man. What happens when I come in here is I've got boards to press, and then I have a stack of boards. I don't even know who they go to. I just know they're going to somebody. So he handles all of that stuff, but he does customs, everything. A lot of our shapes were somebody asking for a custom. But we got you, and it'll last you a long time. All right, guys. About done. I don't know why I said, all right, guys, like I was done with something. You are going to have to give me a second after this. Oh, no worries, man. The cool thing about this is my boss is super, super happy with this. Yo, Sticky. Oh, it is. The XXL panhead and the barge are the two largest boards we can make currently. The barge matches the 11-inch trucks with a 1/4-inch overhang. Love it. But we are going to have something coming hopefully soon. Alright guys, you're going to have to excuse me for a minute. I grew up on a 7.5 popsicle. I was on an 8 and then an 8.25, and then I rode for a company that lied to me about their stock so that I would jump to an 8.5. Thank you so much. And then skated here, skated wider boards, and I fell in love with it. I'm terrified to use this new type of song in my video. I'm afraid people are not going to like it and find it cringe. Hey Dylan, everything is cringe until it gets picked up. I promise you. If anybody has anything negative to say about your artistic input into your own art, welcome. That's my response. I think I had an 8-inch toy machine complete for my first board. I'm gonna go grab some water. I'll be right back, and then we'll get to stacking this shape here. What I'm gonna do is go through these like 4 at a time. That's gonna mean I'm gonna have a little less time to say things, but you guys get to watch, talk to each other, and go to lifeskateboard.com. While I'm here, I'm gonna share this real quick on Facebook. And I'm back. And I'm going to go grab some water. I'll be right back. Don't forget, guys, go check out the website for me. Share it. Talk to each other. Tell Dylan that he's allowed to do his art exactly how he wants to. If anybody tells him not to, fuck him. Weird thing to say, my teeth hurt. Alrighty. Let's see how far we can get on this today. Yeah, Dylan, what song are you planning on using? It's true, man. It's your artwork. That's what it is, dude. It's exactly your art. So if anybody has anything to say about the way that you express your art, they didn't have any input in the artistic ability. They didn't have any input into much of it. They were doing something that you had a camera and you pointed it at them. So hi there, Toby. But we're gonna get to doing these. I'm gonna focus on getting this stack done. To be honest, I needed to get this stack done for 3 days. Alright. Hope you enjoy.
There you go, John. Is that a unicorn goat? Just keep going. We'll just do them all of them. Yes. I'll get it. Don't worry. Actually, since you asked, I've been working, so what Dylan's asking is I've been recently working on 540 flips. That started out because I was trying double tray flip and it did 1.5 flips on a 540 flip. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Robert Bentley chose the artwork, and that was chose the base colors, and that was our entire graffiti community that chipped in for it. We got a free wall coming soon, I hope. We've been waiting on the city. If you've worked with any city, you know how red tape is. But Dylan, I've been working on gazelle spins. I'm real happy with that. I had them over hips at LP, but I never had them like clean without a pivot. So I've been working on those up banks, and landed my first one in a game of skate yesterday against Frank and Dakota. It was fun. It's a fun little game of skate. All right. Last 3 here. And I'm going to clean this off and hop over to the next step. What is that? It's cooking. Small concrete one. Rhino Rams. Oh man, I'm sorry. The park in Lawrence was originally built in 2008. Yep. So Dylan's right. That's awesome. It was actually, if you go talk to Jacob Bryant, the tattoo artist from Masterworks, used to skate right there all the time, where there was no skate park. In 2008, the main park was poured. American ramps provided, or the city bought American ramps, obstacles, and then poured the flats up to them. The obstacles are not the best as far as structural integrity. The fill kind of fell out. I'm not exactly sure what year they poured the flat, but if you look at the park, there's a seam going down where the light pole is in the middle of the park. The rest of that was poured later, and the intent was for a flat ground area for roller skates. But for a long time after that, maintenance just kind of fell off. Nothing was really happening there as far as repairs or anything. And then me and a group of people started repairing the park. Somebody tagged a racial slur in the park. A graffiti artist decided to offer to cover it up for us, and we talked to the city, and the city paid for paint and let the artists have full artistic liberty to cover the park. Now, if you go to our skate park, some of the biggest names across the city are up on the park, and the city paid for that paint. And thank you to the artists, because Rob did the math for what that would have cost, like hour-wise. That was like a $9,000 job. I'm so thankful to everybody. It's awesome. So now we're gonna rush through this next step here. I'm gonna probably end the live, not right away, but I'm not gonna make it through the whole workday here. My battery's getting low, and I'm gonna have to make a phone call for this paperwork I gotta do. But you guys can at least watch me rush through this stack right here. This is a step I don't need to wear the respirator for. It makes chips, not dust. I'm gonna take this stack, flip it over, and get started. Whew. And if you don't want to write it down, you want to save it for later, screenshot this for me. Right there. Yeah, we're growing some great skate history here. I love it. I mean, dude, it's really cool because the city is so receptive to all of this that's happening lately. The news, our local news covered what was going on there with the paint job. The city got in on everything. The city actually just asked me to make sure that something happens at the skate park for the 4th, which is huge. So now the 4th, they have like a big 4th of July parade and festival there at Lawrence. And now if you look at the schedule, it says we've got a skateboarding contest, which is awesome. You wanted to do this for a living, me too. I am the hourly employee. I started working here a couple years ago. I was already working in the skateboarding industry, and my ideals line up with the company very well. How do you create more jobs in this industry? Support it. Don't be buying boards from things that are made by factories. Don't be making boards that are made by a machine. Small batch makers care about your quality, care about what company owns what board brand. Who are you paying? Bravo Sports or some guy to, be able to afford lunch today? Because when it comes to supporting people like us, you're buying directly from us, so you know that we're going to actually care about you. And the more that this side of the industry grows, the more jobs there are going to be. There you go. I hope that makes sense. I sure hope that makes sense. Parking is going to suck, Dylan. I'm going to work things out to figure out how I can get people there. Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. I do love being a park ambassador here. Where are we out of? We're out of Indiana. The shop is located in New Palestine. No, so actually, so if you look really close right here, awesome question, Dylan. So the way that this is set up, this has a blade running around that right there, and then there's a bearing right here. The way that this is angled, because I brought it to 90 with the concave, it meets right in the middle there of that 4th ply. And on a 6 ply, I angle the board down like this while I'm doing the top so that it goes in between the 3rd and 4th. So there you go. No, because of the steps that go up to it. I'm not cool, I'm lame as shit. Sorry, this is my favorite hat. Thank you, man. I don't know about that. Hi there, Steven. So, I don't actually. I'm an addict in recovery. I'm 5 years clean from alcohol. And then when I started with the company, I stopped smoking because I realized that I was prioritizing a plant over my dream job. So I haven't smoked several years. I actually stopped, what's the word? We're not going to go into what else I stopped when I started here. But I don't smoke. Haven't smoked in quite a while. What was that? 3 years I've been here that I haven't smoked. But yeah, the company is actually a sober company. Yeah, it was really nice to have my boss be super open with me through the process because he could help me quit. Part of the issues when I quit was like horrific PTSD dreams. Just like obviously the craving to do so, and then not being able to sleep. I used valerian root, theanine. That helped a lot, and just talking things out. Well, and that's up to you. That was just my personal choice because it was something that I couldn't, that I knew that I was treating like something that it was something that was a vice for me. You know what I mean? Now, Mark said, when did we press our first deck? Sam pressed his first skateboard in 2012. He had a skate shop in the early 2000s, and then 2012 he pressed his first deck. I joined several years ago. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. It's nice. That was part of the conversation when I met Bam yesterday. Was about sobriety and his sobriety journey, his relapses, what he learned throughout them, and some of the things that he said in active addiction. That was really cool. What are your thoughts on blind skate? Blind? You're talking about the company that was bought by Bravo and then ran out of business when they were under Dwindle? They used to be awesome when they were screen printed and owned by skateboarders, but not when they were owned by Bravo and made by Dwindle, ran out of business, and then sold in Bargains Ollie stores. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, awesome. You're awesome. Start making skateboards. First of all, there's no making skateboards unless you're doing this, and that's pressing. So you're going to need molds, presses, And you're going to need a lot of planning on trial and error with those molds. You're going to need your veneer, 7 plies of maple. You're going to need 5 vertical grains and 2 cross bands. Have a great day, Stephen. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully I see you around. You're going to need glue and a glue station. You're going to need some patience because you're going to screw up along the way. So we do a long press and cure time, 24 hours in the press, 7 days curing. You're going to need templates. These are templates. You're going to need drill press. There's a drill press. You need these really hard to find router bits, and then this stabilizer here. Belt sander, edge router, drum, Mac wheel, orbital, graphic application process, clear coating, all that fun stuff. No, I have no clue. This company was started in 2012. Everything you see here is a culmination of all of that work. But I will say one thing. If you want a job in this sort of industry, support the people that are doing it so that there are more jobs. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. That's where there's a lot of people going around like, I own a skateboard company. But really they don't own a skateboard company. They run a brand. They run a brand that somebody else's company makes their product for them. So what company is this? This is Life Skateboard. Lifeskateboard.com is where you get those. You get one of these decks. We make our own boards. We do everything in-house. Get them from us. Now my phone is getting real low, and it doesn't like to charge while we're doing this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through 2 of these. Oh, I mean, if you're doing it for yourself, awesome. But just remember that there is an entire industry on it. So there's a lot of people that are like doing it for fun that start flooding the market with boards at top. That's an issue for the rest of the industry. It's not a sustainable way to create boards. Board prices are skyrocketing at the moment, and that is due to the price of lumber. It's just going across the board, unfortunately. I'm going to try to make it there, Dylan. My phone's getting real low. Do you know how to do nollie tray flips? No. I didn't focus on nollie or switch for a very long time, but Hobson makes some good music, doesn't he? Oh, but man, Bam, CKY and all that was what brought Jackass about. We actually had a really good talk while we were at Lawrence yesterday about sobriety and how looking back, it's not that fun to get fucked up. So it is what it is, but I am gonna hop off of here. Phone's getting low. So thank you guys. Have a great day. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, and get a life. Bye.